Hey folks, this recording is going to be about how to add things to your class plan. K-12 has given us some directives on how they want everyone to do that, so we're going to go into our plan and we're going to do that now. You'll notice that my plan is set to month. Personally, I just like that. You can hover here to take a look at some of the other due dates. But I'm going to click on the 18th here so that I can add a new assignment. You can see that there's default. I'm going to head over, take a look at more, add content, and now I need to click into Unit 2. I'm adding something from Unit 2, so I'm going to click that arrow. And previously, after clicking that arrow, we would click down further into the lesson, but we are going to be, rather than clicking on that arrow there, we're going to be heading back over to that left side and clicking on the bubble to select the entire part. So I'm going to select the entire foundations. This way, rather than being taken to the first lesson, they're taken to that entire thing. You can see that there's already a title. I'm going to click here. This will allow me to do a specific name. We, as a school, had decided on doing the course name and then the number. So in this case, that's going to be 2.01. My class is Algebra 1. I'm abbreviating that to Alg 1. 2.01 is the part of the course, and then Foundations is the name of the lesson. If you have a really long lesson, kind of abbreviate that, but that Algebra 1 2.01 you can see shows up right there on the 18th. I'm doing this from the month view because I like to be able to just click on that next date and keep going. And so I'm going to add content again. I will click into the unit and then select all of that submodule. So remember, we're not going to the first part of the lesson anymore. I'm going to call this Alg 1 2.02, and the name of that lesson is Number Lines. Do this again on the 22nd. Nope. Having a bit of a problem there. Let's get rid of that created successfully box. I think that's what's stopping me from doing what I want to do. So click on the 22nd, hit more, add content, open up Unit 2, find the submodule I want, select the submodule, use a custom name, Algebra 1 2.03 sets, and create. Get rid of that pop-up since it was preventing me from doing what I wanted before. And you can see that I have the lessons here. They are set to those days. But I want to add quizzes. Remember, we liked having those quizzes there on the due dates. So I'm going to go into content and I'm going to set a due date and an end date for my quizzes. So the due date is to put it on the plan. The end date is so that we have that final due date, students not taking things past when they're supposed to. I'm going to open up all of Unit 2 and I'm going to hit the bulk edit button. This is the way that I found worked best for me. If you have a method that you preferred, definitely use that. But I click on the module as the whole and then bulk edit, and you can see that there's add dates or restrictions there underneath the quiz. I'm going to go ahead, toss in the due date for the date that was on the calendar for that. 11:59 p.m. And I need to check my end date here. I'm not going to bother putting in a start date because at this point I'm okay with my students getting into this quiz. If you don't want students getting into a quiz that you've set up yet until a little bit further down the road, then make sure you set a start date. So okay, let's hear. Alright, there is the due date. So let's set this to October 4th and 11:59 p.m. So like I said, that start date, I'm going to leave that one on mine. Feel free to put that in if you don't want students going before, and then hit update. And notice I'm just putting that in the due date and the end date on the quizzes. I'm not doing this on the parts of the lesson because that will really clutter up that calendar. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to select the appropriate due date, I'm going to change my time to 11:59 p.m. and my end date of October 4th at 11:59 p.m. And make sure you hit that update button. If you don't hit that update button, your changes won't be saved. So, while I'm finishing up this last one here, we're going to end the recording. If you have questions about this, definitely drop me a K-mail or an IM, let me know, and I can help walk you through whatever it was that was unclear. Have a good one, folks.